Woohoo! We are live, darling. We're live. Okay, let's see. It popped up. Yay! It's on there. Let me put it on the Facebook. We live for the coronavirus. We like this sage. Let's see. All right. Hold on. There. Oh, it's a fly. And it's also put it in two other spots. Let's put it in two other spots. There. Another place. Alright. Okay. So let's stage the cards real quick. Get this shot on the ground. Let's start. Hello. Alright. I'm about to sage these cards and then we're going to go ahead and jump into the reading. Let's see. Let's talk about this air energy. Water and air don't mix. Like my lovely Gemini friend reminded me of today. Water and air makes fog. Fog, honey. So let's see. I think I'm going to use my Work Your Light Oracle deck to start the reading off. That's what I think I'm going to do. So what's up, y'all? Welcome. Okay, for y'all that are catching this on the replay, I'm just going to go ahead and get started. I don't have time to wait for the people to come in. Most people are probably just watching TV right now or being bored. So, with that being said, if this is your first time to my channel, welcome. Hello. I am here to do the reading for the Scorpio energy. So this can be anywhere where you have Scorpio energy. Okay, you don't have to be a Scorpio for this reading to resonate with you. You could be dealing with a Scorpio. You can have heavy Scorpio energy in your chart. So that's Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Midheaven, North Node, South Node, whatever. All right. So let's go ahead and get into the reading. Don't forget, subscribe if you like the way that I read. Hit the notification bell so you won't miss when I upload. I think the rest of the videos are going to be just like this, where they're streamed live, and then you catch the replay if you don't catch me live. All right. You want to follow me on Instagram. Information is always down below in the description box, as well as if you'd like to book a personal reading. It's a lot going on. A lot of people confused, chaos, all that kind of stuff. If you're watching this now, I made a story on my Instagram that'll help give some insight as to what's going on with this whole coronavirus. All right, so let's go ahead and get into your reading. This is for your recent energy, your current energy, and future energy over the next couple weeks. So let's see what message the Spirit has to bring forth to the Scorpion energy. All right, Spirit, what messages do we have for the Scorpio energy? What messages? Make it plain and clear. All right. Spirit, what messages do we have for the Scorpio energy? What messages do we have? What messages do we have for the Scorpio energy? I'm hearing this Al Green song. Is it called Love? Look What You Done to Me, or Look What You Done For Me, or some shit like that? Look it up. But I'm hearing that song. Let's see. I feel like there are some blockages because it's taking a while for the cards to come out. So take a moment. Breathe in. Breathe out slowly. What messages do you have for Scorpion energy? What messages do we have? We may have to pull some different. Okay. The ever unfolding rose, cracked open, is happening for you, not to you. All right. What's going on? Remember I said something's going on. Boundaries. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? Goddamn. Letting people overstep their boundaries. You may be overstepping your boundaries. You're allowing too many people to grab onto your energy. Manipulate your energy to pull from you what they want when they want it. It's happening for you, not to you. All right. I'm going to let this be the last oracle card. Says, share your voice. Come out of the cave. Persecution. Expression. See that? Interesting set of cards. At the bottom of the deck, it says, get grounded. Empaths, highly sensitive. Connect with nature. So for those of you who are feeling off-centered, off-kilter, you know, you're feeling like you're not balanced, you need to get into balance. Or you just need some order and some organization in your life, go outside into nature. Some of y'all, since y'all water signs, so you have heavy water, it may be good for you to get near a water element, a man-made lake, preferably a body of water that is sea salt, seawater, or whatever it's called. Sea salt. You could take a spiritual bath, a cleansing bath with sea salt. That'll help to clear and release some of the toxins. But for a lot of you, I feel like there's something with the throat chakra, because I typically don't have an issue with speaking clearly and getting my thoughts and my words out, pronunciating and such. And so I feel like, especially with this share your voice card, some of you may be having a hard time with communicating, especially with communicating your boundaries to people, communicating how you feel to people. And then with the ever unfolding roles, essentially, as you come out of how you call it, of being constrained. As you come out of being constrained and you start to open up more, you'll start to see where you need to establish or reestablish boundaries with certain people and situations in your life, or certain energetic fields or forces, and that'll help you with your throat chakra when you are able to communicate effectively in expressing how it is that you feel, or even just expressing what your boundaries are that you need to put up with certain individuals or situations. All right. Let's see. Let's go ahead and get into the tarot. Spirit, what other messages do you have for the Scorpion energy? What other messages do we have? And I'm using my African American tarot deck. So Scorpios, where is it where you need to set some boundaries? Some people have been overstepping their boundaries, and you've been allowing them. And so you may think it's something that's happening to you, specifically to you, but to be honest with you, this is something that you have allowed, right? You have to train people on how to treat you. You have to train people on how to deal with you. And sometimes we can put the lessons that we're supposed to learn with other people on new people and situations. All right. So let's do one more shuffle, and then I'm going to split the deck. And let's see what comes out. Spirit, what messages do you have for the Scorpio energy? I just feel like it's a lot of confusion right now. Throat chakra is all fucked up. It is what it is. But the way in which you get to get clarity and to get clear on what you need to do, you got to get grounded. You do. You have to get grounded, meditate. You know, I like to call it just dipping into hermit mode every now and again. Because again, with the ever unfolding roles, I really feel like some of y'all have to come out of being restricted or being in hermit mode in order to, or just come out of your shell, especially if it has anything to do with you communicating with other people. Just come out of your shell, say what needs to be said, and then move the fuck on. Because if you're not saying what you need to say and you bottling it up like most Scorpios do, they harbor the shit, they personalize it, they internalize it. And once you do that, then you're shutting off everything else that could be beneficial for you, that could help you to reestablish boundaries and set boundaries with situations, circumstances, people, or what have you. Ooh. Hold on. Wait a minute. Where's this? Where did I put it? Okay. Let's see. What's this card here? This is the Hierophant reversed. The Hierophant in reverse is talking about organizations. Okay, partnerships with organizations not working. Being flipped upside down, because in this space, okay, or the Hierophant is, and this also talks about Taurus energy as well. Taurus energy. Energy can be grounded because it's an earth sign, but when you flip it, that's more water energy, right? Because the opposite sign is Scorpio. And so since the opposite sign is Scorpio, I really feel like this is more the lower vibrational energy here, especially with the Hierophant being in the reverse. It is speaking to issues, problems with organizations, right? And this may be, since it says cracked open, is happening for you, not to you. You may feel like, you know, things are just happening to you. And these are all changes, right? These are all changes that are happening to you at this particular moment, and is forcing you to actually have a voice, right? To actually have a voice and to speak what it is that you desire to have, to do, and to be. And I really want to hone in on that. What you believe to be true will manifest. period. What you feel to be true will manifest. It just will. Simple as that. What you speak will be manifested. So you really gotta figure out what it is that you want, because you've been living in a cave, right? And this could be just a mental cave. And there's always been a way out, but you've chosen to stay in there, right? There's always been a way out. And it's like you're hiding from the people that have overstepped their boundaries, the situations that have caused you to be uncomfortable. That's why you had to go into your mental cave, right? You go into your mental cave. But if you don't deal with problems and issues head on, and you stop internalizing them and making them so personalized, if you don't deal with them, then you find yourself in positions where it seems like everything's happening to you, right? And not for you. Like everything and everybody is against you, instead of being for you. And so you start to use that as like a guidance, like it's like the guide, like, okay, well, based on this happened and that happened, so these are the things that are going to happen. And so, well, wait a minute, if that shit haven't happened yet, how in the hell are you going to predict that that's what's going to happen? But since you've already put it in your mind, you believed it to be true, you felt it to be true, and you spoke it to be true, then that's what's going to happen. So for a lot of y'all, this is this is really emotional situation, because you got that body of water right there. That's why I told y'all it's a good idea to get near water, man-made lakes, ocean, whatever. Get near a body of water. If you have a lot of heavy water energy, get near water, because things are foggy right now. They fucking are. We are in Aquarius season. We're still in Aquarius season. We're gearing up to move into Aries season. Aquarius is air. Air and water. Again, I'm going to reiterate this. Air and water create fog. Okay? We learned this shit in elementary school. What's going on, GK? All right. Peace and blessings to the Southern Belle. Yeah. But yeah, those elements cause you to lose clarity, right? It causes you to lose clarity. And it's time for you to meditate, to get into a space where you can really regroup, right? That's what I see this as, regrouping, so that you can speak your truth, whatever that is. How you doing, GK? What's going on, baby? All right, so let's get back to the reading. Let's see what other messages come out for the Scorpion energy. Spirit, what other messages do you have for the Scorpion energy? What other messages do you have? Scorpios, y'all may be having some issues at the job or with companies and businesses, because that's what the Hierophant represents. It represents an organization. And it being in the reverse, that means that the organization and you are no longer together. But there's a reason for that. So let's see. Oh, okay, hold on. So we got the, wow, we got the King of Cups in reverse. We also have the Eight of Swords in reverse. Okay, so let's talk on this real quick. Bottom of the deck, we got the Ace of Pentacles reverse. This came out in the reading that I did last night for this whole situation that's going on in the world and in the economy right now. So underlying energy is that there's something going on with the money, right? Because Pentacles represent money. Pentacles represent money, resources, tangible things, right? That's what the Pentacles represent. Also represent earth signs, so it's Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. You may have a lot of that energy in your own chart, or you may be dealing with people or someone who has the energy in their chart. And again, you got water element and you have the earth element. They create mud, right? They make things muddy. They make things hard to get through. But eventually the mud has to dry up and create dirt, right? What is dirt used for? Dirt is fertilizer. Things grow in dirt, right? You can grow from dirt. So With that being said, with the, wow, the Hierophant reverse, the King of Cups reverse, the King of Cups reverse is somebody's emotions are not in check. They just all over the fucking place. And it's right with the boundaries. It's because you're not setting boundaries with the people, places, and situations that you should be setting them with. Hello, Lindo. Oh, I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name. Oh, but how you doing? GK says just maintaining, watching out for these corona crazies. I hear that. But with this King of Cups being in the reverse with this boundaries card, you really do have to set your boundaries with people and situations. You really have to figure out, and that comes with growth and like really taking time to really focus on what it is that you want, the goals you set for yourself, and seeing how people, places, and situations, how they impact that and what their role is in that particular area of your life. All right, so whatever that is. But with the King of Cups, you know, being in the reverse, you know, just not really having a good grip on your emotions, not really having a good grip on how you're feeling. And again, when you don't have a good grip on your feelings and you're not able to communicate them properly, then you leave yourself open to a shitstorm, right? With people and with situations, because, you know, if you can't vocalize how you are feeling because you haven't set boundaries with people, places, and situations, including with yourself. Boundaries do include boundaries for yourself as well. Then you're going to have issues with organizations, with partnerships, with people, right? And even with self. I'm great. How are you? Lindo, how are you? And then with the Eight of Swords in reverse, that's good. I like the Eight of Swords in reverse. But the Eight of Swords in reverse comes after you have shared what it is, or you've communicated what it is that you need to communicate to whomever or whatever you need to communicate it to. So that also means speaking good things over yourself, speaking good things over other people, just being in a space where you can communicate in a way where it feels good to you, and the people that you are giving it to or the situations that you're speaking to are receptive, and the message is clear, right? And they're receptive to receiving what it is that you have to communicate to them in the highest light that they can get it in. Random stuff is fun. I'm here to spread the cheesy, but what? Okay. So yeah, so with the Eight of Swords reverse, you know, no longer being in your own mental restriction, your own mental blockages, right? But again, that comes with balancing your emotions, that comes with grounding yourself, that comes with being mentally clear, all right, mentally and emotionally clear, and just really being able to communicate effectively. You know, a lot of people run their mouth about communication and how, you know, communication is important and all this kind of stuff here, but most people don't really know what that means. Everybody communicates differently. You got to figure out how best it is for you to communicate with each individual separately, because you can't communicate with everybody the same way. You just can't. All right, so let's get some more messages and then we're going to close out this reading. I don't want to make it too long. It's already at 23 minutes. The Scorpio energy. All right. What other messages do we have? All right. Ooh. I think that's the Observer. Is that the Observer? So we got the Stars. Okay. And the Stars card, harmony with oneself and others, joy of living. Okay. On the flip side of that, it could be a lack of confidence, deception of the mind. So I feel like for some of y'all, it's a little bit of both, right? Even though the card is not in the reverse position, I feel like it's a little bit of both. But still being optimistic about these organizations, right? Still being optimistic about, you know, shit just happens, right? Shit just happens, and you got to learn how to, you know, roll with it, you know, because on one end you got the stars, and then on the other end, the opposite end, you have, you know, the clouds. And this woman, you know, she's obviously very confident, you know, standing up here naked, right? And she's at the top of the mountain or wherever she's at, you know, she has one hand embracing the rain and the storm and the other hand out embracing the stars, right? So being in alignment energetically is what I'm seeing with this. You know, regardless of what's happening around you, what's going on one end, you may have a shitstorm on one end of your life or one area of your life, and then on the other side it might be, you know, fucking rainbows and and unicorns. But you see this as the stars. So it's, to me, this is more spiritual based than anything. This is more on a deeper level, more than just surface level shit. So if you have some Scorpio energy and you see yourself really trying to balance having, you know, a shit storm on one side of your life and other things going good in your life, or just really being spiritually in tune and in alignment, then you're good to go, right? There's still more work to be done, but at least you're having hope for the future. You stand optimistic. And I think that's the message, is for you to remain optimistic even during, you know, bullshit shit storms. And I talked about that earlier, about how if your emotions are not in check, how if you have not set your boundaries, if you have not, you know, shared or communicated what it is that you need to speak about, then that's where this thunderstorm, this rainstorm is coming in on that one side of the card. All right. Spirit, what other messages do you have for Scorpio energy? And I feel like the sun hasn't come out yet, or the sun has gone. Like, I don't feel the sun card energy here. I don't, you know, and, you know, with these stars, you know, that represents nighttime. Nighttime, what do people do at night? They sleep, they rest. So for some of y'all, may need to rest, may need to get more rest, and rest may help you to get clear on certain things and situations. All right. Wow. Okay. So we got the high priestess, and they kind of landed like this, right? So you got the high priestess with the Hierophant. All right. She landed on her side, so she's not all the way there, but she's getting there. And then we have the King of Wands that landed just like this as well. All right. And there's the King of Wands. That's that fire energy. There's Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And then you have the high priestess here, which is earth energy too. So let's talk about this, because you got the Hierophant and you have the high priestess. You know, you have a pair, you have a couple here. So for some of y'all, this may be a relationship with a high priestess. What is a relationship like with a high priestess? A high priestess is someone who is grounded. A high priestess is someone who can help teach you how to balance your light and shadow side. A high priestess is someone who can fight when need be, right? Because you see her sword at the bottom of the card. Now her sword is cracked in half because she decided to put a sword down and grab her Torah. That's a Torah in her hand. But she don't necessarily need she doesn't need to be in a physical fight, right? She uses what she knows spiritually and energetically, right, to be a magician in her own life, to use the two pillars, right? You got the feminine and the masculine, divine feminine, divine masculine energy here that she sits in between, right? So she goes in between both of those energies and uses them to benefit herself and the Hierophant, right? The Hierophant is her man. This is her man right here. The Hierophant and the high priestess, they are a couple. So where the Hierophant, where the male energy, the masculine energy is upside down, or he's confused, or he has issues going on, the high priestess is like, look, babe, we good. Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. And then you got the King of Wands here, which is the fire energy. And the King of Wands is telling everybody, look, man, this is the direction we need to go into. And that, I mean, is so interesting because it comes in the same row as the share your voice, which is your communication. The Swords reverse, which is mental clarity and not being in your own mental restrictions. And then you have the King of Wands, which is telling you what directions you need to go into. And it's coming right after the high priestess shows up. What GK says, GK says, people hate me for being stable-minded and acting the same way no matter if things are going good or not so good. Say I'm too optimistic. Well, that's on them. You can't help that. You can't stop being you because of what other people do. What's up, third world Columbia? What's up, baby? What's going on? He says, good evening, brown sugar. Well, hello, my Taurus friends. And then let's check the bottom of the deck. We got the 4 of Cups. More water energy here. The 4 of Cups speaks to not seeing an opportunity, a gift from God, Allah, the divine, whatever. Not seeing that gift because you're looking at all the other cups that wasted, or you feel like were wasted in front of you. And you're like, well, what's so good about this cup? What's so good about this cup that it's not like all the other cups? Well, shit, this is why. This is why this cup is better than the rest of them. This is why. The High Priestess is a work in progress. The High Priestess, especially when it came out on the side, it's a work in process. And so the High Priestess is getting to a point where this feminine energy is in full force, but it takes work. Nobody's perfect, and we aren't where we're supposed to be just yet. All right, just like the Hierophant, he ain't either. What's going on, Toya? How you doing, Sugarfoots? So, and then we got the 4 of Swords. All right, we got the 4 of Swords here, and the 4 of Swords talks about, you know, you actually being in a position where you can rest, you can meditate, you can pray, you can get your thoughts together, get your mind right. And I feel like this is, you know, overarching energy underlying energy that'll be throughout the next couple of weeks. And I feel like, you know, for some of y'all, you know, you may have to take time to, you know, he's looking back. He's looking back at something while he's walking up, he's looking back. But if you keep looking back while you're walking up, you're going to fall. You can't walk up a set of stairs walking backwards, looking backwards. You can't. You're going to fall, you're going to stumble. You need to keep moving ahead. Whatever that means, you need to keep moving ahead. Okay? And all things won't be revealed. We got the Moon card here. Some of y'all may be dealing with cancers. Some of y'all may have heavy Cancer energy in your chart, but everything won't be revealed right now. But in due time, things are revealed. You just got to keep moving and keep working, keep going, right? Because just like the moon shows his face, the sun has to too. So we go through these different moon cycles. We go through the sunlight. We go through the darkness. All these things happen. And again, this is not happening to you, but it's happening for you. And so you gotta really recognize what's happening right now. You really do. You have to recognize what's happening right now. And you have to get some discernment underneath your belt. You do, because you keep looking back. And then you also keep missing opportunities to advance yourself, to advance your being, right? Because you're too busy looking back. Because you think that whatever is new or whatever is shiny is coming to you, and you feel like, oh man, this is too good to be true. This is too good for me. This is too good for me. Why me? Why I get to get this? Something's too good. Something got to be wrong with it. But when you say something has to be wrong with it, then something becomes wrong with it. But don't miss out on your blessings because your ass is too busy looking backwards. You haven't set boundaries with who you need to set boundaries with and what you need to set boundaries for. And you haven't communicated what you need to say. Because a lot of times you'll miss out on your blessings. You'll miss out on opportunities to be prosperous, whether this is in business, this is in finances, this is in romance, relationships, friendships, whatever the case is, social networks, popularity, whatever it is, you'll miss out on it because you haven't taken the time to really be clear. Okay? You haven't taken the time to really be clear. Let's see what else we got down here. We got the 7 of Swords, man. The 7 of Swords, somebody wearing a false mask, somebody being fake, somebody faking and shaking. Look how sad that lion looked because somebody was being fraud. You see the hyena or the monkey, whatever it is, had a mask on, took that mask off just to get to the water. So somebody was being, and this is air energy. Okay, 7 of Swords, that's air energy. So that's Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra. Somebody with air energy was being fake. and you being the lion, right? The king of the jungle, looking like, well, honey, I'm this lion is broken heart. Look how sad he look. He looks sad as hell. Again, that's an emotion that has not been dealt with or communicated. It hasn't. And so now you're like, okay, now the lion seen somebody is fake in the crowd. So let me, since somebody was being fake in the crowd, let me guard myself. Let me watch my back. Again, air energy here again. Let me watch my back. Okay, watch your back. But make sure that whomever you're watching your back from, whoever you're protecting yourself from, are the proper people and situations that you're protecting yourself from. Don't protect yourself from the high priestess. You don't need to protect yourself from this person. You don't. This person is here to help you. Just like this feminine energy here is here to help. All right. So that's all I have for you, Scorpio energy. That's all I got, boo-boo. So as always, if you like the video, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, whatever it is. I appreciate my people for hopping in real quick one time, showing your girls some love. I really do appreciate y'all. I know it's a lot going on right now, but let me tell you something. Don't be afraid, okay? Because whatever you believe to be true will be manifested in your life. So don't be afraid of what's going on, okay? Don't. Use this energy to benefit you in your life. There's a way to do that, okay? There's a way to do that, and you know how. All right, because everything you need is already inside of you. All right, so you want to book a personal reading, information down below in the description box. All right, follow your girl on Instagram. I got a little, I'm on stories, okay? I'm on stories, period, poo, okay? All that picture taking and all that kind of stuff and carrying on. We haven't been doing it, just period. So, as always, I want to thank y'all for watching and supporting. Peace and love, and light, and bye-bye. Let's get up out of here.